The World Health Organization, short WHO, plans to finalize a pandemic treaty during the next World Health Assembly from May 27 to June 1st. This treaty could bring significant restrictions, potentially including a form of mandatory vaccination that could affect the right to physical integrity, along with other forced measures that may limit human rights. And today we will look on the horoscope of the WHO, because this can show us more the true intentions and if this treaty will really come true. But first, a warm welcome here on my YouTube channel. And if you'd like to receive a weekly energy update about what's important for you in the upcoming week, sign up for my free newsletter where I share this information with you every week. And if you are interested in learning Vedic astrology, check out my free astrology workshop where I will show you what the planets and the houses mean and how to decode your own horoscope. I have an international school where you can learn from all over the world Vedic astrology. But first, let's look at the World Health Organization's horoscope. And yes, everything has a horoscope. We use the founding date, April the 7th, 1948. But before we examine this horoscope, what or who is this organization? The goal of the WHO is to improve global health coordination, fighting epidemics and pandemics, promote and improve medical care and standards, and provide humanitarian aid in emergencies such as wars and natural disasters. One important aspect to consider is the topic of financing. How does such a large global organization fund itself? All 194 member states contribute to the budget, and this is determined on the wealth of each country and the population. However, this is only less than 20% of the total budget. The majority of the funding comes from voluntary contributions, which make up more than 80% of the budget. Notably, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is one of the largest donors. This heavy reliance on private funding has raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest with the pharmaceutical industry due to the foundation's significant influence. But now let's look at a horoscope. The ascendant and the first house, they are always very important. Here we have the sign of Scorpio for the first house. And this is the most challenging sign of the zodiac, associated with scandals, corruption, power struggles. There are significant ups and downs and deep transformations when you have your ascendant in the sign of Scorpio. And the ascendant is at 19 degrees. And really near at 17 degrees, we have an important fixed star called Rastaban, which signifies fame, success, and magic abilities, but also has connections to criminal tendencies. And if a comet appears in the sky near this star, it is said to spread poison across the world. The next we are looking for are the lunar nodes, the lunar node axis. This axis is very important and gives us more information about the purpose and the destiny in life. And this axis is located in the 6th and 12th house. And the 6th and 12th house, they are related to health, illness, hospitals, viruses. So this is the main topic of this organization. However, the 12th house stands also for hidden aspects and things behind the scene. And we also find the shadow aspects of Saturn, they are called Gulika and Mandi, in the 12th house. And this is indicating problems that may not be visible, especially concerning financing and donations. Noteworthy is a retrograde Saturn in the 9th house, together with Mars and Pluto. And the 9th house is about to guide others and also about regulation, laws and restrictions. All three planets are in the lunar mansion Aslesha. Aslesha is connected to the topic of healing and symbolized by the serpent. You may have seen the symbol, the Asclepius rod, where the serpent winds around the staff. But Aslesha is also connected to the topic, the snake, also the poison of the snake, and also deception and cunning. And the ruling planet of Cancer is planet Moon. And Moon is in Saturn's sign in Aquarius, and Aquarius is symbolizing innovation and new technology that they will bring to the people. The moon represents the people and the masses, and the relationship between Saturn, Pluto, Mars and the moon, they are in a 6-8 relationship, and this can indicate power struggles and wanting to take control over the masses, the moon. And this is really not an easy horoscope. And we can also see the evidence of power interests, because by looking on Mercury, Mercury rules the 11th house of the masses and media, and also the 8th house, sitting in the 5th house together with the Sun. But the most interesting aspect is to look on the annual horoscope, to see how the current year will develop, especially regarding this pandemic treaty. Will it come true? And we have there the ascendant in the sign of Cancer. And by overlaying the annual horoscope with the birth horoscope, we see that this ascendant will activate all the planets in the 9th house of the birth horoscope: Pluto, Saturn and Mars. And this could mean, it must not, but it could mean that it is about power interests, and maybe potentially using unethical methods, because Aslesha is connected to this energy of deception. And in this yearly horoscope we have a special point, and this is called Munta. Munta is not a planet, but the Munta is indicating the focus in this year. And the Munta is in the 9th house, near the degree of the last solar eclipse. Very special. Together with Rahu and the Sun. And this could mean that the WHO gaining more power with the Sun and Rahu. However, in the opposite house, we find Gulika and Mandi. And Gulika and Mandi, like I told you, are the shadow aspects of Saturn, and they are placed in the sign of Virgo. And this could indicate problems that can show up, and we will see how this plays out with this contract. And mostly because the ruling planet of the sign of Virgo, where Gulika and Mandi sits, is Mercury. And Mercury is in Gandanta in this horoscope and retrograde. And that's the most important thing. And this can indicating control issues and contract delays, and also that this pandemic treaty could not really be signed up in June. Maybe they will face delays, or maybe they cannot finalize this contract, and we will see how it will play out. And mostly because also we have life cycles in Vedic astrology. And in this annual horoscope, this will be the life cycle of Mercury. And this brings all the energy to Mercury. And Mercury is retrograde and in Gandanta. So this means that this pandemic treaty, I do not see it, that it will really come true in that way it is planned. And you can see so much with Vedic astrology. And if you want to know more about this fantastic tool to find out more about yourself, join my free Vedic astrology webinar, where I show you how to read a birth horoscope. So, in conclusion, I would say that this pandemic treaty might not be finalized like it is planned, possibly due to different views among the 194 member states or other reasons. And very important, I'm looking today on the energetic aspects without judging the situation as good or bad. However, looking at Gulika and Mandi in the 3rd house in the horoscope, this could also indicate that this treaty might not serve humanity well, because the 3rd house also represents our intentions. And these negative energies of Gulika and Mandi could mean that the intent might be more about maintaining power than serving the people and humanity. Perhaps we can take a deep breath and observe how things unfold. And at least, an essential aspect in this matter is to clearly communicate our wishes to our government. As we are the power, we are the people. And every individual should have the right to decide freely about his life and his health, whether it's vaccination or anything else. This voting right should not be handed over to any organization, and especially not to the WHO, which has really a questionable background. In this sense, feel free to share this video with others. And remember, I love you.